lovely people. Welcome back to yet another video where we are going to go through some really great job opportunities for you today. Stay tuned for all of the jobs so you can see every single role to see which one better fits with you and where you want to go in your career. If you're new to my channel, here on the Money Moves with Ainge channel, we find you great lucrative ways to make money from home so you can up level and get to where you want to be in your career. So we're going to go over the first jobs that I have for you today. Is through a company called Honeywell. They are a big company, and they really do create and make a lot of the different things that you probably see today. Like if you have central air, they do make the thermometers that go on the wall for central air. They also do have sections and sources and resources where they provide HVAC services. They are a publicly traded company. This is a really great company to get involved with and to work for. You will get those standardized great benefits because they are a major company. Okay, so moving on into the very first role that I do have with Honeywell, this role is the senior sales representative role. Now, if you're not looking for something in sales, definitely stay tuned. I have other roles that are not sales specific, okay? And I am also going to be going over entry level roles. So we will be going over tier level roles. Some are going to be higher level, mid level, and then entry level. So stay tuned to see which ones better fit with you, okay? So we're going to go down. Here is the actual job ID for this specific role. It is the senior sales representative in their energy department. Okay, and then moving down, we're going to get into the specifics about this role. Now, the pay for this role can be anywhere between $98,000 annually and $147,000 annually. So it's a really great rate of pay coming straight in the door and really being able to hit the ground running. Some of the key responsibilities that you will be doing within this role is selling energy and lighting controls. Okay, you'll be selling comprehensive energy programs, selling mechanical services, okay, like those HVAC services. Some of the other things that they are looking for is just having some experience within the financial sector. If you do have that, that is a plus. They're also looking for someone who can really work independently and really assert themselves and get things done. If you can really be really organized and you know how to influence and talk to people and get them to buy, this will be a great role for you. What they are looking for is 3 years of experience and excellent team and communication skills. There's really no educational requirement here. They just want to make sure that you do have some experience in sales. This would be for someone who already has that senior experience within sales, even if it's product sales, right? Even if you worked in a store and you had to communicate with customers in order for them to go up to the front and purchase something. So this is more of a sales role. Once again, if you're not in the sales, stay tuned. I got y'all, okay? And then we're going to get into some of the other things that they are looking for. So they do want you to just be proficient in understanding the key sales principles and basically the sales cycle. If you do have hardware and software experience, that is a plus. If you do understand anything about smart controls, smart lighting, battery storage, data storage, those kinds of things, that's a plus. This is a complete remote position, but you may have to travel locally up to 60%. So keep that in mind when applying for this specific job. If you do also have previous experience with selling energy and lighting efficiency solutions, that's also a plus. Now, once again, this is the job ID for this specific role. If you are interested in this role, you would just come over and you would apply here. Now, getting into the very next role that I do have with Honeywell, this is the outreach coordinator HVAC. It's the residential role, okay? Here is the actual job ID for this specific role. And then just getting down into the specifics and the key responsibilities for this role, you will be facilitating issue identification. So you'll be locating what the issue is and then coming up with resolutions to solve the issues. You'll be tracking request resolutions. You'll also facilitate contractor training. You'll be building relationships with new and existing customers and developing and sharing the knowledge that you've learned. Now, the requirements for this role is that you do have a high school diploma or equivalent, like a GED. You do have 1 year of experience in the HVAC field. If you don't have that experience, I have more roles. So definitely move on to the next role. Also, they're looking for someone that can pay really great attention to detail. You can work really independently while also being a contributor to a team effort. And you must also be willing to travel up to 60% within this role as well. So keep that in mind. Some of the other things that they do value, but it's a plus if you have it, you don't need it. If you do have a bachelor's degree in management or technology, that's a plus. If you have experience in residential HVAC industry, that is also a plus. Having really great professional skills and also being able to really communicate really well, written and verbally. They're also looking for someone with a leadership mindset. If you do have prior experience within Salesforce and Microsoft Office, that is great as well. And just having really great administrative skills. Now, once again, here's the job ID for this one. This specific role is within their customer service department. It is the outreach coordinator. If you are interested in this, you would come here and just apply. Now, the next role that we're going to get into is the inside sales representative number 2 role. This role, just getting down into the specifics and key responsibilities for this role, you'll be really looking at the market to be able to identify new business opportunities. You'll be following opportunities from the need identification phase to being able to close those new business opportunities. You'll be building long-term customer relationships on the phone. You'll also be managing accounts and really having that account management aspect of the job. And you'll be acting as a customer advocate and acting on their behalf to really be able to solution their problems, finding and listening to what their issues are, and seeing how Honeywell products can help solution their issues. Some of the things that they are looking for that you have to have is just previous account management experience, also experience handling and growing a book of business and sales. Some of the other things that they're looking for that's a plus if you have it, but you don't necessarily need it. If you do have a passion for sales and you know how to build those long-term relationships, that is a plus. If you do understand the sales process and the sales cycle, that is a plus. And also just being proficient in Microsoft Office, like your Excel, your PowerPoints, things of that nature, because you will have to use those to be able to present things to your customers. Now, the comprehensive benefits for this specific role and the rate of pay, the base salary is anywhere between $60,000 to $80,000 based on your experience per year. They do also offer the comprehensive medical, dental, and vision plans, prescription plans, healthcare savings account, short-term, long-term disability, flexible vacation time. You'll also get that employee assistant program, the 401k retirement plan, and educational assistance. Now, if you're interested, once again, in this specific role, this is the inside sales representative number 2 role with Honeywell, and you would just come and apply for this one. Now, for all my entry-level people, we're going to get into this next role with Honeywell. This role is the customer experience specialist role with Honeywell. Here is the actual job ID. Now, moving down into the specifics about this actual role, some of the key functions that you will be doing is you'll be the first point of contact for customers and suppliers. You'll be processing customers' orders and inquiries in the Salesforce system and by phone. You'll also be purchasing stationery and general office supplies. You'll also be using your administrative and organizational skills to provide general administrative support. Some of the other things that you will be doing is processing all orders from entry to invoicing. You'll also be working with supply chain and logistics to ensure that the dispatching of products are being dispatched on time. You'll be maintaining stock levels to meet demand in cost-effective manners. Some of the things that they are looking for from you is just having previous experience in customer service or an administrative role. You will need to be IT literate and understand how different systems work. They're also looking for someone that has really great verbal and written communication skills, being able able to multitask and prioritize really, really well. If you can learn new systems and concepts and processes really quickly, that is a plus. Now, moving down into some of your key skills that they're looking for is just that you do have that customer service administrative experience, that you do know Microsoft Office and have knowledge of that you do have a positive attitude, you pay attention to detail, and that you can collaborate with the team really, really well. If you're interested in this role, this is a customer experience specialist role. You would come and you would apply here. Okay. Now, moving on into our next roles, this is with a company called First Source. First Source provides services to a multitude of businesses within the technology, customer service, and healthcare spaces. Okay. The first role that I do have with First Source is their senior revenue cycle billing specialist role. It is fully remote. Okay. And here is the actual job ID for this specific role. Now, this role, you will have an 8-hour shift anywhere between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So keep that in mind when applying for this specific role. And then moving down into some of the key job duties and responsibilities you will be doing, you will be filing claims using the appropriate medical billing forms. You'll be handling outbound calls and maneuvering between several different software systems. You'll also be researching account denials and file written appeals when it is necessary. You'll also be evaluating accounts to see and determine which insurance you should be billing for specific patients. You'll also be documenting what you're doing with each claim within their note-taking system, and you'll also have to verify the patient information and benefits to make sure that the bill aligns with the benefits that the patient does have. Some of the other things that they do have here is you will have to meet specific goals that are assigned to you by management. You'll have to maintain good working relationships with state and federal agencies. You'll also have to resolve accounts in a timely manner, and you'll have to also have integrity with being able to maintain confidentiality of account information. You will be dealing with people's demographical information, so they want to make sure that you can be trusted with that information. Now, moving down into some of the requirements that they do have for this role, it's just that you have a high school diploma or equivalent like a GED. If you do have former training in the specialty of insurance billing, that is preferred. It's a plus if you have it, but you do not need it to apply and get this job. If you do have knowledge of insurance payers like your Blue Cross, your Blue Shield, Cigna, Aetna, all of the insurance carriers, that is also a plus, but it is not required. You're going to also need to be able to work and communicate with patients, coworkers, and management in a really great way, remotely via virtual chat. So definitely keep that in mind. They also want to make sure you can demonstrate being able to really stay on task, working independently, being able to manage your time really well, and having those great organizational skills. You're going to also need to be able and be proficient with a PC and being able to maneuver in a PC. Also, just being able to type 30 to 40 words per minute. Now, working conditions, this is a fully work from home position. You will be working within your home office in something like a virtual call center environment. You must be able to sit for extended periods of time. This is a specific work from home desk job. So if you're interested in this specific role, you would come and apply here. And once again, this is the senior revenue cycle billing specialist role with First Source. Okay. Now, getting over into the next role that I do have with First Source, this role is the patient financial recovery specialist role. It is fully remote, and here is the actual job ID. This role is a Monday through Friday role, working anywhere between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. It will be an 8-hour workday, but it will be within that time frame. Your biweekly pay for this role will range between $1,160 up to about $1,200. Now, if you do have prior experience, you can always negotiate. I tell everybody, negotiate yourself, negotiate your rate, negotiate your worth, okay? So getting down into the specifics of this specific job and what you will be doing, you'll be answering inbound calls from patients, as well as placing outbound calls to patients through their automatic dialer to really be able to set up payment arrangements and to talk to patients about unpaid balances. You'll be taking and process credit card payments over the phone. You'll be identifying and gathering new insurance information. So, for an example, if they send out a bill to an insurance company and that patient no longer has that insurance, you'll be calling and saying, hey, your bill was denied. We need new insurance information for you. What is that? And then you provide that information to the billing department and they resubmit it to the right insurance carrier. You'll also be researching and reviewing explanation of benefits. And that is basically a printout from an insurance company of how a bill was processed, what was paid, what was not paid, why it was paid, why it wasn't paid, those kinds of things. You'll also be screening a patient to see if they qualify for charity grants. And you'll also be answering their general questions and resolving any issues within their patient's accounts. Now, within this role, you will have to maneuver between multiple different systems, so keep that in mind. Some of the other things that they do have here is just being able to maintain confidentiality, also maintain a confidential and orderly remote area that you can work from, like a home office, where you can close your door when you're talking to somebody in confidence. Now, the requirements that they are looking for from you is that you do have a high school diploma or a equivalent like a GED. They also do prefer previous experience with providing customer service and working within a call center environment. They're also preferring that you do have previous experience with medical billing. Now, if you don't have that experience, you still can apply and get this role. Remember, preferred is just a plus if you have it. You do not need it. They do train you really, really well. Some of the other things that they are looking for from you is that you can communicate really well with patients, coworkers, and higher management, and you will be using internal virtual chats to be able to talk to different people in different environments and departments. They're also looking to make sure that you can demonstrate being able to work independently, really being able to have really great time management, organizational skills, and maneuver within a PC really well, while also being able to type 30 to 40 words per minute. For this specific job, you will need a work from home office, and you will need to be able to sit for extended periods of time since you will have an at-home desk job. Okay. Now, once again, this specific role is the patient financial recovery specialist role with First Source. And here is the actual job ID. Now, getting over into the next role and the last role that I have with First Source, this role is the healthcare collections specialist role. Here is the actual job ID for this role. And this one is a working schedule of Monday through Friday, anywhere between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is an 8 hours per day shift. Okay, you'll just be working somewhere in between that 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. time frame. This role is paying bi-weekly $1,120 up to $1,200, and you do get 90 days of full benefits. Okay, so after your 90 days, you'll get full benefits. All right, now moving down into the specifics and the responsibilities about this specific role. This is very similar to the previous role. You will be reviewing accounts to see how you can bring the accounts to closures by getting payments, opening payment methods, and taking payments. You'll also have to properly document all calls and follow up and establish a follow-up plan of how you're going to get those accounts resolved. You'll also need to understand and follow the FDCPA collection laws. You'll also be screening patients for charity to see if they are eligible for charitable grants, and that can bring their accounts to closure. You'll be researching disconnected phone numbers and inaccurate contact information to see where you can actually find the patients. Some of the other things that they do have here is just being able to really maintain accurate and up-to-date information within your account notes. Also being able to maintain confidentiality because you will be dealing with people's private information. Some of the educational requirements that they are looking for is that you do have a high school diploma or equivalent like a GED, that you do have healthcare collections experience. That is preferred. It is not required. So you don't need it to get this job, but if you do have it, it is a plus. Also, just having the ability to work and communicate really good with coworkers, outside agencies, and patients. Having really great PC knowledge and knowing how to maneuver within a a computer. Also being able to maneuver and toggle between different screens, notating screens, looking up information, those kinds of things. They're also looking for someone who can demonstrate really being able to stay on task, working independently, being really organized, and being able to really prioritize your tasks in a really busy work environment. Now, for this role, it is in a call center environment, and you will be sitting for extended periods of time. It is going to be working at home, so just make sure you do have a work home office, set up a desk, a computer, those kinds of things. If you're interested in this specific position, definitely get over and apply. Once again, this is the healthcare collections specialist role with FirstSource. Now, if these roles did not align with where you want to go within your career or what you're actually looking for, definitely hit me up in the comments and let me know what job specifically you're looking for so I can get you what you need. In addition to that, make sure you check out my previous videos from this week to see if any of those roles better fit with you and your lifestyle. And also make sure you're a part of the family by subscribing to the channel, turning that bell notification on, and clicking all so you can be notified each and every time I drop new videos with new jobs and new lucrative ways to make money. We are a family here on this channel, and I would love to help you get to where you want to be financially and really find that dream job working from home that's really lucrative and fits within your lifestyle. So make sure you're a part of the tribe by subscribing to the channel and turning that bell notification on so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, make sure you continue to thrive and stay reaching those career goals. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.